So another beautiful day in the neighborhood, even though it's raining. Hurricane season in the south, so living in Louisiana, we get all kind of rains and sometimes stuff like that because of hurricane season, but the weather is still beautiful. It's 73 degrees here. And I'm headed to the barbershop rushing so I can get this all taken care of. If y'all pay attention to me, or even if you knew, I've been in quarantine for a little while. My window has expired for quarantine, so I need to get back out. And I do cut my hair myself, but I have found a great barber that I go to maybe once a month, every 3 weeks, because he just gets me really nice and right. And as my beard has grown, I really just wanted to get it professionally done. So I'm headed to the barbershop. We're running late, of course. We had some projects we did at our house this morning. The kids helping me paint, and we just got the house right, painted, did my son's room, steam cleaned his carpets. So we just was taking care of business for the past 3 days since we were quarantined, just making sure we got stuff done. And now, since this is my first kind of day out, I'm like, I gotta go to the barbershop. And I made my appointment, but something about black barbershops, it's not like, it's just an awesome experience. Sometimes barbers and hairstylists for black people are like best friends, confidants, therapists. It's just a good environment to just talk to people and get stuff out there and just politic a little bit and see how people are doing. But my barber, he is biracial, which is cool. And his shop is a really multicultural, ethnic type of spot. So he has barbers and stylists that can do everyone's hair, which is really cool. Definitely a different experience than going to a Walmart or a Supercut and just getting a easy cut for $5 or $6. Cuts started like $20 for black barbershops. Even for me, if I was to get my whole head done, head and beard, I'd be looking at like $60. It's really a work of art. It's a art form. But one of the things I do to save me a little bit of money is I'm very comfortable with shaving my own head. So I just got done doing that. Make sure it's a fresh shave so it matches the fresh cut. And then I'm headed to the barbershop so that he can get me right. So you got to be able to treat yourself every now and again. For me especially, I'm trying to learn to do that more, just as hard as I work for my family, hard as I work to just provide for them and to make sure they have everything they need. Parents feel me often, we not necessarily let ourselves go, but we will do without to make sure kids and significant other spouses are good. And that's just something that I've picked up from my dad. My dad did that growing up. I can remember when I was in high school, my mom had a stroke, and a two-parent income, two-parent household, and my mom ended up having a stroke, and money was tight. So I remember like my dad just doing everything he could to make sure everything was good. He always had been the type to suck it up, make sure it had, everything was provided for that we needed. But it came a time for my parents to decide to send us back to private school. My sister was finishing up her senior year. I was transitioning and getting ready to go. And I remember opting to go to a public school. And I don't even know if my parents even realized it, but it was just to help with some of that financial burden, because I knew my dad would have made it happen. But I was like, no, it's all good. I dabbled in one of our charter schools and then didn't like it, but it was going back to the private school where my sister had attended, and I was just like, no, I'm good. I'll just go back to the regular public school in our district. And it was a cool experience because my last 2 years of high school, this was the first time I had been in public school. My whole life we had been in private school, my duration of my entire life. So it was a new experience, but it was a lot of people from my neighborhood, so that was a different level. It was some level of comfortability, but then just getting used to being able to wear your own clothes to school and just a different environment, of a public school versus a private school. So that kind of mentality of the hustle and the grind that I exhibit even to this day, I attribute that to my father and my grandparents, and just seeing how much they hustle to make a way for us. So back to the barbershop. I found my barber. As I say, that's going back. Oh yeah, that's a way for me to save money. You know, I'm always about it, saving money when I can, but still a good medium of being able to treat myself as well. So as I said, going to the barbershop, running late. It's raining because of the hurricane season. But usually at barbershops, even if you book an appointment, it's never right on time because they're ending with somebody or starting with someone else. So it's like tentative. But I still like to try to be on time and not be on CP time, which we call it. That's color people time, because we just known for being late for stuff. But no, try to be on time for real. But I try to give myself a couple minute window. So it's 12 o'clock. My appointment is at 12. I'm probably about 5 to 7 minutes away, so it should be cool. But I absolutely love being able to go to the barbershop and connect with my barber. He's an ambitious young man in his late 20s who started doing hair. He's an artist. Like, he just would draw and do stuff, and his wife encouraged him to do something because he really wasn't doing much with his life. So he has an awesome story of just going into the barber school, deciding he was going to do it, and just running with it. Like, he decided not only was he going to be a barber, but if he was going to do it, he was going to do it to the best of his ability. So he decided that he was going to open up his own shop. And I think this is his second location that he's at. He's grown to his second location, or moved to a new location. But he's trying to start locations, you know, here in the metro area. He's trying to move some locations out of town. And then he's also going back to school to become an instructor so he can teach others. I mean, his technique is just on point. That's why I don't mind paying him for his job. And I also am big on tipping as well. So it's about $30+ to get my beard done, which some people may be like, that's ridiculous. But again, when you see it, the finished look, it's an art form. And you have to pay our service people for doing good stuff. And I'm a big firm believer in tipping, because back when I was in high school, and it's sad to say, but sometimes black people are known not for being tippers at all. But when I was back in high school, and my sister had a couple of waitressing jobs, and I found out how much she weighed. And then I was going to get a job at a restaurant, Steak and Shake. I don't know if anybody had those, but I was going to get a restaurant. It was a new one that was opening up in our city. And I went and saw how much they was going to pay me. And I was like, man, I don't know if I had a hustle and grind like that. So I think I ended up getting a job at like TJ Maxx, and then that transitioned to the Gap. And I worked there for several years. So I was like, that was a different kind of grind of being a hostess or a waitress and working for like $2 at the time and then banking on tips. So I was like, nah, I'm good on that. But those instances really just taught me at a younger age the importance of tipping. So I try to do, minimum 20%, 15-20%, just to let service people know. And if I can't give them a tip, most times I won't go out to eat or something like that if I know I can't tip. So that's just my little rule of thumb and just some food for thought, just for today. But yeah, I'll show y'all the barbershop and maybe show a little bit of the transformation of me getting a haircut. And yeah, just as I said, the purpose is just showing some of the highs and lows, the behind the scenes of my life and real men get it done, the highs and lows and everything in between. But headed to the barbershop, and yeah, that's where we're at thus far. So by the time y'all see me again, I'll be a new man, a new beautiful man, because my barber's gonna hook me up. So there it is. On my YouTube.
You want to come and do that deal soon? You can.
Awesome. And all the awesome stuff that you are doing, so that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
So you said for the Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and then when do you know if you're gonna connect with the news station? Just after you get everything together?
Yeah, pretty much. Once we start raising money for the charity event, And the charity event is pretty much for the domestic violence this whole month. Some of the things that we're going to have is like when people come in, they have two different options. They can do $1 to $5, and it's only $1 and $5. So that means you can come in, you can get the purple strip, which is the main strip is only $1.
Okay.
And then you have a gold strip, and the gold strip is pretty much indicating that you're going to donate $5.
That's
when
awesome.
you come in, you donate $1 to $5, and you can sign your name on the little strip, and you put it on the window.
Okay. That's awesome.
So yeah, we're just pretty much trying to do what's right for our community, and you know that's what we always do.
Yes, sir.
Here at Phantoms.
All right, coming out the barbershop feeling like a brand new man. Do y'all see me? Do y'all see this? Do y'all see how awesome my barber is? I tried to tell y'all, he is the truth. For real, Phantom is awesome. And we were in there just politicking, shooting the breeze, and just connected about getting together and trying to help other folks that are starting their businesses and being small business owners. So it was a great conversation. Just challenging right now, he said, just with COVID and everything, of being an owner and just trying to keep everything afloat. But he's doing okay. So, man, anything that I can do to help support him and get his name out there, just to, have conversations about him, about business, so we can help other people, man, we're going to get it done. So, yeah, y'all, this is my trip to the barbershop. Got it right, got it in. Until next time, so peace, love, and blessings. Real men get it done.